Hello sir, my name is Magin Analalaki Annamalai and my ID number is DM07222093 and I'm from batch 27A. Today I would like to talk about introduction of 1MDB. Well, the Malaysian State Investment Fund 1MDB was established by the Najib Razak administration in 2009. The fund sought to promote economic development and attract foreign investment to Malaysia by making wise investments in a variety of sectors including infrastructure, energy, and real estate. 1MDB, often known as One Malaysia Development Berhad, is an acronym for Limited. 1MDB was created in 2009 by Minister Najib Razak to promote international cooperation and investment in order to progress development. It is more than just a Malaysian government fund. Secondly, the US Justice Department thinks that the theft of 4.5 billion was a part of one of the largest corruption scandals in history. The government was deposed that year as a result, and Najib and his wife Rosma Mansour were detained along with several other close associates. Thirdly, the fund, however, was quickly connected to a significant financial scandal involving allegations of billions of dollars in mismanagement, theft, and money laundering. Investigation into the matter and legal action related to it have been started in a number of countries, including Malaysia, the US, and Switzerland. The 1MDB scandal, which has had a significant influence on Malaysia's political climate and its international reputation, is still a serious issue there. Meanwhile, one of the largest financial scandals in recent memory is the 1MDB scandal, which involves the Malaysian State Investment Fund, One Malaysia Development Berhad. Since the incident was first made public in 2015, numerous investigations and legal actions have been ongoing globally. It is alleged that billions of dollars were unjustly removed from the fund through complex financial maneuvers and money laundering methods. The magnitude of the scam was revealed by 227,000 leaked documents that were handed to British author Claire Ricostel-Brown, who runs the website Sarawak Report that year. Access to the documents was also granted to the Wall Street Journal. After that, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Agency (MACC) later issued an arrest warrant for Najib while he was still in office, in response to criticism of 1MDB during the Long Knife Week. Najib dismissed 4 ministers, the Deputy Prime Minister and Abdul Ghani, the Attorney General in charge of the people. Well sir, that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Good morning, sir. My name is Nirish Kumar and my ID number is DM0622101. Today I'm going to explain about the 1MDB scandal. The scandal, which also resulted in the participation of significant financial institutions and individuals in the illicit activities. And that's why it led to the resignation of Najib Razak, the former Prime Minister of Malaysia. The 1MDB scandal is a cautionary tale about the risk of financial mismanagement and corruption at the highest levels of industry and government. According to various leaked financial records, 1MDB was money being lent through activities from the start as a result of substantial sums of money being lent through government bonds and moved to accounts in Switzerland, Singapore, and the United States, totaling around 731 million. Najib Razak is accused of using the money to support his wife's extravagant spending, bribe authorities, and top off his credit card account. On the other hand, Najib refuted the charges and said a Saudi prince supplied the money. Malaysian millionaire Joe Low, one of the consultants engaged to supervise 1MDB, is said to have used the funds to support his shady way of life. It is alleged that under Low's direction, the fund paid for billion-dollar real estate deals in Beverly Hills and Manhattan, as well as Jay-Z and Beyonce's apartment, a 35 million private jet, 260 million submarine, and 3.2 million Picasso paintings given to Leonardo DiCaprio, 85 million in gambling debts from Las Vegas, and Lowe's birthday party, which was attended by celebrities like Chris Brown and Jamie Foxx. 2015 saw the start of the investigation into theft of 1MDB funds from 2009 to 2012. 4 police officers were held in the MACC offices for raid. Police looked into Najib Razak-related properties in the days following the discovery that he had fallen as a result of the raid on his residence. They seized 273 million of 273 million worth of items, the most of which are thought to be Rosmah's, including 202,000 rings, 1,600 pamphlets, 1,400 rings, 567 purses, 423 watches, 14 tiaras, and 567 watches. For the 42 counts of accusation he is up against in 5 distinct courts, Najib may spend behind bars. He denied any misconduct as well. Only his first trial sentence has been made public, and he has only been found guilty of 7 counts, including criminal breach of trust, money laundering, and abuse of power. Although the punishment has not yet been determined, he might serve years behind bars. The 42 million ringgit, equating to $9.9 million transferred from the former 1MDB company SRC International to its bank account through middlemen firm, is at the crux of the conflict. Despite being the most major trial, Najib's second trial concentrated on 25 claims about the alleged transfer of 731 million in 1MDB funds into his bank account. Investigations into this matter are still ongoing. Najib's wife Rosmah is also charged with 17 counts of money laundering. In each case, he filed a not guilty plea. Najib's lawyer Shafi Abdullah was charged with tax evasion and money laundering, and MEP Abdullah Aziz Abdul Rahim, a member of Najib's UMNO party, was detained and accused of embezzlement and money laundering. This has sparked tons of theories. When Najib passed away in 2018, Jolo was supposed to be on an island in Thailand, but he immediately fled. Lo is reported to have lived in Macau, Bangkok, and Taiwan ever since his boat was allegedly purchased with 1MDB funds. Mahathir, the former Prime Minister of Malaysia, appeared to be in agreement with the rumors that Lo had just been found in China prior to his resignation. He stated, "We are trying to find a way on making a private effort to get Jolo back from China because we can say that China is keeping him hidden." With Mahathir's administration, Lo has repeatedly attempted to set up an immunity agreement, but each effort has been unsuccessful. Thank you, sir.
Hi everyone, my name is Murphy Victor. My ID number is DEM0922200363. Today I want to talk about list of the accused. The first person I'm going to talk about is Muhammad Najib bin Tun Haji Abdul Razak, the state-owned investment from 1MDB, whose official name is Satu Malaysia Development Berhad, was established in 2009 by the former Prime Minister of Malaysia, Najib Razak. The goal of the fund was to increase foreign investment and Malaysia economic growth. But according to Malaysian government prosecutors, Rosmah Mansur, Najib's second wife, and they used the wealth to benefit themselves. Investigators in Malaysia believe that 681 million was moved into Najib's personal account despite the country's then Attorney General's assertion that the funds were a gift from the royal family of Saudi Arabia. Earlier this year, Malaysian law enforcement raided homes connected to him and his wife, seized luxury handbags, jewelry, watches, and other items worth millions of dollars. Secondly, Lau Tak Jo, a Malaysian businessman named Lau Tak Jo, also known as Joe Lau, is on the run is sought of globally by law enforcement in relation to the One Malaysia Development Berhad scam. US investigators thought he was responsible for planning the scandal. Law didn't hold a formal meeting to discuss the creations of 1MDB. According to court documents placed at the fund, additionally, he is the owner of the Good Star Limited bank account in Switzerland, which was used to transfer millions of dollars from the 1MDB fund to US. According to the documents, he and his friends used the money to buy opulent homes, Picasso and Monk artwork, jewelry, and more. The third person I'm going to talk about is Riz Shariz bin Abdul Aziz, Najib Razak's stepson, Joe Love's acquaintance, and co-founder of Red Grantee Picture, a film production firm, is Riza Aziz. The Los Angeles-based business collaborated on producing the DiCaprio-led hit movie The Wall of Wall Street. According to court documents, he used money taken from 1MDB to finance other films, including the blockbuster described above, The Dumb and Dumber. The fourth person I'm going to talk about is Roger Ng, former Goldman partner in charge of firm sales and trading divisions for Southeast Asia is Ng Chonghua, also known as Roger SG. He served as Tim Leisner deputy at Goldman throughout his tenure there, who has admitted guilt to accusation of bribery and money laundering. Ng was one of the 4 defendants in the criminal case that the Malaysian government initiated this week. In November, at the request American authorities on the following day, Ng was accused by Malaysian authorities on 4 charges of aiding Goldman Sachs and spreading false information regarding bond offers. Ng showed up in court and entered a not guilty plea to each allegation. The fourth person I'm going to talk about is Andrea Vela, former co-head of Goldman's Asian investment banking division is Italian banker Andrea Vela. Vela has not been charged, but according to the Wall Street Journal, he is thought to be co-conspirator. In the Justice Department feelings regarding the 1MDB scheme, he was described as an Italian national who has acted as an agent, gold foreman since 2007 and has been employed as a participating managing director. The fifth person I'm going to talk about is Jasmine Low Iswam, former IMDb General Counsel Jasmine Low Aiswan is a Malaysian who studied law in the UK. According to a court document, she served as the primary point of contact between 1MDB and Goldman in relation to three bond issues made by 1MDB in 2012 and 2013. According to Sarawak Report, a website made by British journalist Claire Recastle Brown, who has covered the topic concerning Malaysia's 1MDB controversy. The last person I'm going to talk about is the key banker who organized the bond sales was Timothy Laser, a former partner at Goldman and chair of Southeast Asia. On August 28, he entered a guilty plea to the DOJ's allegations of bribery and money laundering in connection with 1MDB. Lesnar and Roger Ng, two of Goldman's former bankers, were accused of participating in the plan by the Malaysian government and were charged criminally. That's it. Thank you.
Sir, my name is Arvind Raj. Laki Padmanathan. I'm from batch 27A. My ID number is DEM0122073. Today I want to explain about the impact of scandal on Malaysia politics and economy. The Malaysian economy was heavily impacted by the One Malaysia Improvement Berhad 1MDB scandal. In 2009, 1MDB was established as a state-owned investment company with the goal of advancing economic development in Malaysia. Whatever the case is got mixed up in a scandal, including exaltation of tax fraud, defealing and blunder. The humiliation had an impact on the Malaysian economy, notably a drop in confidence in financial investors. The 1MDB scandal damaged Malaysia's reputation as a safe haven for international speculation. It led a decline in financial backer confidence, which in turn generated a rise in foreign direct investment and a decrease in hazy ventures. Second, weakened finance in the humiliation caused the Malaysian ringgit to weaken, which increased the cost of imports and reduces Malaysian purchasing power. Expansion of public obligations where 1MDB's options burdened the Malaysian government and the people. To cover the losses, the public authority had assumed a large number of commitment, which led and increased the amount of public debt and the ratio of debts of GDP. The political shakiness which caused the political instability in Malaysia as a result of scandal that involved Najib Razak, the country then had a state. This flimsiness further undermined the confidence of financial backers and damaged the economy. In general, the 1MDB scandal had a significant impact on the Malaysian economy, and those effects are still being felt today. The Malaysian government has taken all necessary measures to address the problem, including moving the exam overseas and filing charges against those responsible for the scandal. However, investment will be necessary for the Malaysian economy to fully recover from the harm caused by the disgrace. The second thing is politics. The Malaysian political environment was significantly impacted by the 1MDB affair. The scandal involved the theft of billions of dollars from One Malaysia Development Berhad 1MDB, a state-owned investment fund, and the subsequent cover up the financial irregularities. From Malaysia, Prime Minister Najib Razak, who established the fund in 2009, was among the prominent figures in the scam. International figures were engaged in the scam, notably the Goldman's cash, which assisted 1MDB in raising money and is a currently target of legal proceeding in Malaysia. Widespread public outrage and demands for responsibility and change were sparked by the affair. It also had a role in the United Malaysian National Organization UMNO, the party of Najib Razak, losing the 2018 general election. Mahathir Mohamad opposition coalition unexpectedly won the election by running on an anti-corruption platform. Following the election, the new administration started looking into the 1MDB issue, detaining several powerful figures, including Najib Razak. The incident also promoted the establishment of fresh anti-corruption organization and belong bolstering of already established ones. Overall, the Malaysia political landscape was significantly impacted by the 1MDB affair, which resulted in a change in the balance of power and renewed emphasis of eradicating corruption and enhancing government accountability. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Naresh Analakiri Chandran. I'm from batch 27A and my ID number is DEM062234. Today I would like to explain about recommendations on the issue. Implementing a combination of judicial, regulatory and governance measures necessary to prevent financial scandals similar to the One Malaysia Development Berhad 1MDB case in the future. Transparency and accountability. Two important actions that can aid in the prevention of such scandals. Set and enforce tight guidelines for public and private entities, financial reporting and openness. Ensure that all government-owned funds and organizations are regularly and impartially audited. Establish system for holding executives and public servants accountable for the management of public funds. Regulation reforms. Bolster the regulatory agencies in charge of policing investment funds, GLCs, and financial institutions. To avoid excessive political influence, regulatory authorities should be given greater independence and efficacy. Measures to prevent corruption. Enforce legislation strictly and impartially. Encourage the use of methods for reporting financial malfeasance and corruption. Encourage the development of an ethical and trustworthy culture among the public and private sectors. Risk assessment due diligence. When engaging in financial transactions, use extensive due diligence process, especially for government-backed enterprise and investments. Conduct through risk assessments in order to uncover potential vulnerabilities and illegal financial activity. Governance and oversight. Improve corporate governance norms for GLCs and government-owned firms. Appoint independent directors to public institutions and corporate boards to establish checks and balance. Increase the effectiveness of legislative committees and independent auditors in government finances. Legal reforms. Revise and modernize financial crime, money laundering and corruption laws to make them more robust and effective. Ensure that legislative structures enable for the speedy prosecution of people involved in financial malfeasance. International cooperation. Collaborate with international organizations such as Interpol and the United Nations to trace down and retrieve stolen assets that may be stashed overseas. Increase collaboration with other countries to investigate and prosecute cross-border financial crimes. Public education and awareness. Educate the general public stakeholders and on financial management, ethics and the dangers of financial malfeasance. Encourage the civil society to campaign for openness and accountability. Civil society and the media. Aid investigative journalism in exposing financial misconduct and raising public awareness. encourage civil society to monitor and advocate for good governance practices. Political willingness. Ascertain that political leaders and government officials are dedicated to protecting the rule of law and avoiding financial misbehavior. Encourage an accountability and culture through government entities. To avoid future 1MDB style incidents, a multi-pronged approach encompassing legal, regulatory and cultural changes for foster transparency and accountability is required. It is also necessitates ongoing vigilance on the part of government institutions, the commercial sector, civil society and the international community. That's all from me. Thank you, sir.
Greetings to my lecturer. I am Sharvin Verma Subramaniam. My ID is DEM06222379 from batch 27A. Today I will present the conclusion of 1MDB Malaysian Development Berhad. In conclusion, the 1 Malaysian Development Berhad 1MDB case is a complicated and well publicized financial scandal that has had a tremendous impact on Malaysia and beyond. It is crucial to highlight that while the matter has undergone several changes, investigations and legal actions, in my understanding is only as extensive as the data that was accessible as of September 2021. One of the most well-known financial scandals of the 21st century is the 1DB scam. At the highest level of Malaysian government and industry, there were claims of embezzlement, money laundering and corruption. Investigations and legal actions related to the incident were conducted in numerous nations, including the United States, Switzerland, and Singapore. It brought attention to the University of Financial Crimes and significance of the intergovernmental collaboration in tackling them. The scandal involved a number of significant individuals, including the former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak. In Malaysia, Najib Razak was prosecuted and found guilty of charges relating to corruption. Additionally, Joe Law, a financial and international financial institution were implicated. Politics in Malaysia have been significantly impacted by the 1MDB controversy. It helped the option coalitions led by Mahathir Mohamad win the 2018 general election in Malaysia, which resulted in a change in the country's leadership. The new administration promised to look into the situation and take action. In numerous jurisdictions, the 1MDB crisis was the subject of continuing investigation and legal actions. The matter never stopped making headlines and retaining the interest of the concern of the general public. The 1MDB controversy brought to the light how crucial it is for both public and commercial sectors to have effective governance, transparency, and accountability. It also emphasized the necessity for strong anti-corruption and anti-money laundering measures on a worldwide scale in order to stop money laundering and financial flaws on a worldwide scale. It is necessary to enhance international financial legislation and collaboration as the case highlighted. It is a ritual to keep in mind that after the latest update in September 2021, there may be changes to the 1MDB case and the circumstance may change it. That's all from us. Thank you.